Good evening and welcome to the 10-ball finals here at the EBBF Predator European Pool Championships presented by the City of Tallinn. On table 3 we have our wheelchair final. So we welcome, featuring from Sweden, Henrik Larsson. Henrik's opponent tonight, from Slovenia, David Slatsev. Our women's final is on table 2. She's Turkish Cypriot, she's Lara GHAFFARI. She's facing tonight from Portugal, ROCHA. On table 1, we have the men's final. We welcome into the arena Germany's Stefan Kaspar. And Stefan is facing, from Poland, Konrad Jushishin. The referees in charge of the action on table 1, Toge Tantura. On table 2, Bojana Banda. And table 3, Serdar Karadaj.
And welcome everyone, pool fans from all around the world. We are at the Kalev Sports Hall in the beautiful city of Tallinn, Estonia for the 2025 Predator European Pool Championships. The game is 10-ball, WPA rules. The women will be racing to 6. 52 women started out. We're down to the final 4, and this is Sara ROCHA and Lara GHAFFARI. Sara's from Portugal, GHAFFARI from Turkish Cypriot. And in the booth today, you're going to have George Deacea, myself, and Tim de Ruyter. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you, George. Very glad to be here. Interesting final. I actually wasn't expecting to see these two in the final, but they have beaten very worthy opponents I've seen.
Yes, Lara defeated Jasmine Ocean. She was far behind, and Jasmine made some mistakes, kind of allowing her to come up and seize the opportunities to win the match. Sara, of course, has not finished very high on her own, has 3 Euro Championships with the teams, but her highest finish, I believe, is quarterfinals, semi-finals, and runner-up in the Euro Championships. So she's about to break it off as she won the lag. Walk us through the shots, Tim, excuse me. First time I get that wrong for you. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah, well, it is a tough name. I can understand. Well,
Tim.
Let's see here. We have 2 balls going in. Not too much future on the one. I don't think the one does go to the bottom left, or it appears to look like this. If she would really want to go aggressive, she could play a carom into the 5, sending the cue ball 2 rails, but sending the 1 ball 2 rails, excuse me. But I would prefer to play a safety. Just not sure. I think I would like to get the cue ball on the left side of the 7-8 and play the 1 into the 4.
It's not going to work out for her? No. I liked your play, Tim. We go again. I liked your play, Tim. That was a good one. Her speed, I think, she hit it just a little hard and didn't hit enough ball.
Yeah, I was trying to bring the 1 ball up to the top short rail, but got a little thick. Queuing off the rail. Alara here to play the combination. And nicely controlled 1 ball there. Could have lost the 1 very easily.
You know, Alara must be playing very well. She's defeated Ivana Sararic, but then she lost to Pia Filler in her second match, but came back, defeating Nina Torvund, Veronika Uptova, Jolene Sherman, and then to win against Jasmine Ocean is a big feat. That's probably one of her biggest wins. She's won several times on the youth circuit, but she's new to these professional women.
Yeah, definitely still at a very young age. She still has plenty of time to develop her game. As you can see, she had a good shape on the 1 to get to the 3 ball, and I think it's just early nerves. She's ran too far. Has to kick onto the 3. She's going directly into the 3. Good hit. I was probably preferring to go 2 rails, but she made a good hit. Just unfortunate to leave Sarah, well, a really good chance here.
Should you see her just going up the short side here, or all the way up to play the 4 in the corner, in the same corner as the 3?
She still could just stun the cue ball to the center of the table directly, like just small draw. Just to make sure you have an angle going towards the long rail. Playing this way, the odds are there that you might leave yourself too much angle. She might have too much angle on this 4.
So this is the experience against youth here.
Then again, not too sure if she can draw back to the center of the table without running into the 10, so she has to go forward. And that was a good call, George. Definitely one of the more experienced player on the European circuit, Sarah. She has traveled to some major events, but every year she's back at the European Championships winning a couple medals. So yeah, definitely quite used to this scenario, the final, the pressure, and quite consistent overall. Plays good, well, overall from what I've seen, she's playing good defense also, so it's really tough to beat her.
This is the first time I've seen her wearing those long, big pool glasses. I've never seen her with glasses before, and I've seen her, I think for the last 3 years, I've seen her in Las Vegas for the championships, for the Las Vegas Open Championships. And so, being the first time here with these glasses, maybe that's improved her game.
Well, that I would not be too sure. The only thing I do know is there were the European Championships in Portugal. The European Snooker Championships were there. I believe it was in Portugal. In Algarve, maybe? I'm not sure. Either Algarve or Albufeira. And also other Spanish players like Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and David Alcade played there. And I do believe that Sarah also played in it, so she's also played different cue sports. just to make sure she has more knowledge and better cueing.
Well, she's won the opening game. You're right. And she has been very experienced in team championships. As I noticed, she has 3 wins in the team championships. She's, but on her own, I think her highest finish is a runner-up, and that would have been. See if I get this right here. That's in 2022 at the Treviso Open. She's won the first game here, and see what kind of pressure that puts on the young Turkish Cypriot. The young lady with an engineering degree, I believe.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. Especially, it's easy to say, well, she's probably not going to play so well in the final under the pressure, but you could have said the same thing in the semi-final being down to Jasmine. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. She could have folded and she didn't.
Exactly. So what will we have in this final? That's the big question. Good break here. Lost the cue ball quite a bit going back and forth, but she's made 2 balls. Has a look on the one, can play good safety.
Do you see her playing the safety down behind the 10-2-9? That little wall of balls down there? I like that.
Yes, for sure. Just try to bring the one over. Would be nice to have it behind the 3, like to the left side of the 3 ball. But I'm mainly focusing on the cue ball here. Like, she had to play way more spin. You know, the more the better, basically. Cue ball only would have been fine.
Exactly. I liked her spinning the ball all the way past the 10 and not into the top balls there. That would have really paid dividends for her. Now she's left Sada a good shot here, or a starting point, let's say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not a big fan of aggressive here, but this is what I mean. She also has the experience to where she knew, like, okay, it makes no sense to go for this one ball. She actually played a decent shot, just the one ball going next to the 10 instead of staying behind the 10. Now, it's tough. If you feel like thinning the right side of the one is scary, just push the one ball to the right long rail and wait. Just don't try to do too much.
She executed that perfectly and took the scary part out of it.
Yeah, actually hit that quite well. Just a pity the cue ball didn't have enough spin left, or enough speed left to get behind the 8. So
yeah,
now,
Sada is undefeated. Oops, go ahead, Tim.
Well, I was gonna say now probably similar shot like Sarah played before, but now the cue ball behind the 2-4. Also, just not getting there.
Mm-hmm. One of the her opponents, which was Pia Filler, actually has won a gold medal here, and she won the 14-1 or straight pool in the ladies division. So she's beaten some very, very seasoned and good playing opponents, Jasmine Ocean, Pia Filler, to get to this final. Sada is undefeated in this tournament so far, and she's defeated Sara Iannini, Romina Link, Sinem Gorkten, De Ros Valley, Vanya Franco, who's her teammate on a lot of the Portugal team's championships, and then Ina Kaplan in the semi-final.
Well, she did hit that one ball too thick. Would have liked to hit that thinner towards the short rail. Left a chance for Alara, but she's missed the one ball. Could have played it soft and played the 2 in the other corner. Didn't have to stun off the rail. Maybe preference to put some more into the cue ball, but didn't have to do it.
I agree, Tim. I had the same preference when I was looking at that. I thought she would just roll the ball, and but she tried to get out, and probably the reason for the miss.
Well, based on also that shot on the 1, I'm also saying that Alara didn't really settle down yet so far. Now she could redeem herself to play a good shot here on this 1 ball. Doesn't have to draw all the way back, you know, just stop the cue ball and take the 2 from there. Depends on how you're feeling.
I like that. I like just to make the ball and stay right there instead of coming all the way past the side pocket. See, no, she tried to get it back, and again, miss-hit the ball.
Yeah, I think just to try and keep it simple, back to the basics, is going to help her to settle down a bit more. Now the good news is she has tied up the 2 and the 10 by accident, so Sarah is probably going to tap in this 1 ball and then play a good safety shot. I was thinking about leaving it higher, play the 2 into the 10 and bring the cue ball all the way up table behind the 8. She's thinking about thinning the 2 ball right behind the 10. Super thin contact. Oh, good shot there. Wow.
Very effective. Very nice shot.
Yeah, will be interesting. Might have to play with like low left into the bottom long rail in this view and then zigzag back. It's super tough. I mean, it's either that or a 3 rail. Could also opt to just push the 9 and the 4 up table. Intentional foul, just wipe them away. And then Sarah cannot play another safety behind the 9-4 possibly, because she won't be able to get the cue ball where it was last shot.
Think she'll go for the 3 foul here?
I do like it. I just really like to bring the cue ball near the 8. Like,
so you like getting on the other side and using the 2 rails to get behind the 8?
yes, I think so.
Yes, yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Now she's going to be put back in.
Yeah, I think there will be no doubt in Alara's mind that, yeah, I was gonna say she only took like a second of a look at it.
Sada's still smiling. How could I do that?
I mean, sometimes it's the best thing you can do, right? Just look at it and go, wow, how did that happen? And, you know, just giggle and just let it go, you know?
Sure, especially early in the match like this. What a nice hit. Nice little jump shot. No reward.
Now, chance to level the score. Indeed, back to the basics, you know, make sure you give yourself plenty of details, you know, so the stroke gets a little bit more accurate. Oh, she's ran too far already. A little bit punchy. Did she? She did not hook herself. That's the good news, but she'll have to draw the cue ball back at least near the center pocket, the left center pocket, if she wants to have the cut on the 6.
Very nice shot. She doesn't have to go around for the 8 to get position on the 8, but she wants an angle where she can come right back towards the 9. Looks like she has it. pretty straight in. She's got to use that top rail. And just enough angle to come down for the 10.
Yeah, close call. Just enough, like you said. Well, that's definitely going to settle the nerves. Get that first game on the board is always a thing, especially in these new occasions. It's like she gets some, or someone gets a little bit more confidence. It's like, you see, I can do it on this important moment, and then we finally start playing for real. But that might be just me.
I think it works for everybody, Tim. We're tied at 1 in this women's final. Here you have the men's final, and you have Stefan Kasper from Germany versus Konrad Juszczyszyn from Poland. Both players stepping up their game. Konrad playing very, very well. Stefan Kasper, kind of a new addition to the men's tour, coming over from snooker. An experienced player. ROCHA to break in game number 3. It's alternate break format. They're breaking outside of a box. They can only break from the outside of the middle of the table. There's a little box up there which you can't see right now, but it's there. And most of the players are coming right to the corner where they can get close to the center of the table. It's as close they can get.
Yeah, safety here behind the 4-6, sending the 1 ball down table. Yeah, talking about Sarah's defense, she does have this calm demeanor, you know, to where she looks at this table making 3 balls on the break and still chooses like, no, let's just wait, stay patient. And she played a good shot there.
Very good. This is a difficult hit. She's got to execute the jump shot perfectly to get over these balls, but there's no kick available, so she's forced to jump.
Yeah, there is a jump bank with shape on the 2. She catches the left side of the 1. A little thicker, I meant. And a chance for ROCHA. Difficult 1 ball to get to the 2 ball though. I mean, she probably will have to stun the ball a little bit to go 2 rails around it. Could also choose to just get to the center of the table. Just topspin. Not too much topspin, just center ball and put decent strike on there. She's played it well. She's played it very well.
And now look at the angle she has to come to this ball by the 6 ball. The pink 4, is it?
Yep.
Or is that the orange 5? She's got the perfect angle to slide over to the short side and play it in the upper left-hand corner pocket.
Oh.
She didn't come over enough, not near enough. She's 2 feet short.
Well, she also could have chosen to play that at least 2 rails. So crossing over and softly bump the other rail, just to make sure you're at the other side. Now, going aggressive, there is a straight back in the bottom right corner, but I'm quite sure she's playing safe.
Well, she's left a tester, a very big tester, because to get the cue ball up for the 6 is very difficult from here.
Yeah, top right spin. 3 rails around the angles.
Oh, the 7's gonna hurt her.
Yeah, it didn't put a lot of spin on there. I think it was mainly top spin with a drip of inside. She needed more spin to go over and not run into the 7. Jump cue out. Let's see, is she going to bank the 6 ball 2 rails underneath the 7-10, or is she just trying to go aggressive and make it? Because there is also consequences to the aggressive option here. Oh, almost scratched and yeah, well, she has left the 6 ball on.
For either pocket. She's looking at the lower left.
Well, I think the lower left lays a little bit nicer. And yeah, I do like to go either if you know that you're gonna hit the 7 full, I'm gonna play the shot more firm and try to bank the 7 over to the same corner as where she's shooting the 6. But it looks like she's catching a little bit of the top side, so has to be careful not to scratch in the center. No, she's caught it full. Then in that case, she's played it too soft. She should have played that with more pace and bring it over to the same long rail as where the 9 is.
I agree. I liked her having that 7 come over to the opposite pocket, or the same pocket, excuse me.
Well, it's also sensitive to play it soft and hold it over the bottom right corner, so I like to let my stroke out in that case.
And what a stroke that is, Tim. You've been playing pretty good lately, I see.
Yeah, so here and there. I can't complain.
I'm surprised you're not playing in this.
Yeah, I actually did get that question earlier from Mark. But, well, the situation with all the federations is a lot different for the European Championships. Like, most of the federations, they are not funded, for example, by their government. But then there are some countries that have funding, or they have special prize money for when they reach a medal, for example, in the European Championship. So we lost the funding in the Netherlands, unfortunately. So yeah, it didn't really make a lot of sense to go play the European Championships unless I just wanted to have the title. And then they offered me this opportunity to do commentary with George Teachea, so I mean, and we all know what happened, you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah, it's been a year since we've done commentary together. We did quite a bit with Predator in the US in the Pro Billiard Series. And Alara GHAFFARI taking the bank shot. She's going to end up safe.
It was laying straight.
Shot.
It was laying head on, so if she had went fully aggressive, committed to it, I think it wasn't laying too tough. But I feel she was, yeah, well, a little bit scared of not making the ball. That's why she's played the cue ball near the short rail.
I agree. She played it with a kind of two-way option or element to it. Well, she's left this on for Sara. Now, where's she going to play the 9 ball to? Same pocket. She's got to get perfect. I mean, left this for Alara. Excuse me. Oh, it's going to get tougher and tougher.
Oof. This is a thin one. You might have to bank this cross-eyed. I'm not a big fan of cutting this at all.
I am not either. I would look to play off the right side of the 9 ball as we see it and try to find the 10 for cover. Leaving the cue ball on the bottom rail, on the short rail. It lays nice for that. She's going to try to bank it. She just called it in the side. It's a good shot. It will work. It can work. It does work.
Oh,
but look what she has now.
She didn't really play soft shape either. She said, well, if I'm going for this bank, I'm going all in. Well, she'll have to show us
She dove right in, didn't she? Yeah, she dove right in. Now she's got a... Go ahead, Tim.
No, I was going to say she has a killer of a shot on this 10.
Yeah. Little tester.
Wow.
And she passed the test, and a 2-1 lead. 2 games in a row for Alada. Leading 2-1 now. It's a very short race to 6 for a final. This is high pressure. The young lady handles them well. You know, she might have showed some nerves earlier, but from her past matches that I've seen or score lines that I've seen, when she gets the opportunities, she's able to capitalize on them. So under pressure, under the pressure shots, she seems to hold up rather well.
Yeah, I mean, usually when I do some teaching, you know, there's some players that are nervous in their matches and stuff. I tell them, as long as the match is long enough, the nerves will settle down. You know, it's usually just in the beginning, and then every you know, you'll get used to anything at some point. It's just the beginning and the end, because at the end you have a chance to win, and at the beginning, well, you're just experiencing something new or something exciting.
Well, let's see if it goes for this bank shot on the one to the side pocket. It's pretty much the same angle she just pocketed the last one.
Yeah, but now I don't think she wants to play the same speed as she did on the last one. She has to play softer. That could hold her back to go aggressive.
The good old standard safety, but having the 8 ball there is going to make it easier to control the 1, to run the cue ball around.
Well, don't you like to go play the combination? Let the cue ball go 2 rails to the center of the table and the 1 will slowly come out.
Well, she's looking at that now. I would just look to go straight safety here.
I think the safety is laying super thin. Like,
8 to the corner.
I'm surprised you can see that far, George. So thin.
See? Well, that's why Sada's wearing the glasses and I'm not. Mine are reading glasses.
Well, we took the gamble, and I think this definitely worked out. She's got the shape on the 1, and she looked a little bit steadier than Alara in the beginning, but now I was starting to think that maybe Alara is starting to settle down and a little bit more comfortable than Sarah is.
Well, speaking from experience, with youth comes excitement, and the excitement, once you have a couple of successes, which she's had with 2 games, settles you down. The success settles you down and gets you into a flow. I can do this in the back of your head. I just wonder how much experience they have playing each other, if they've had any at all.
Yeah, that I won't be able to help you out with. Oh, this is a tough shot. Now, you can stun into the right long rail with right spin and stun it back over, but I probably like to play low right and draw the cue ball 3 rails for the 6 in the top left. Not too much right, just maybe a tip. I think you'll get there.
Time. Extension.
But it's a big stroke. You got to be able to strike the cue ball with big accuracy and a lot of speed.
You know, I was looking at some of the tournaments that they've been played in their past, and it doesn't seem that they've crossed paths.
Gotta say, that was excellent cueing from Sarah ROCHA. Just a little straight, maybe on the 6. Yeah, like I said, you know, we have European Championships every year, and then there is 6 Euro Tour events. So the chances of them having played each other, I mean, they are quite high. They possibly have played each other once or twice, but I mean, over so many events, I don't think it's easy to find.
So explain something to me, Tim. The pool championships and the Euro Tour events are different. And for instance, in 2024, I see where Alada has played in 4 pool championships, dynamic billiard pool championships. Well, actually, they're the same week, so never mind. It's different events. So yeah, she's played quite a few.
Well, let's say like this: the website is split in Euro Tour and European Championship. So, and obviously you're playing 4 championships here, as we play 4 disciplines. This is a long 9-ball though. I might play safe, overcut the 9. She didn't. Look at this for cueing.
That's 2 shots in a row that are just great shots.
Well, you should have seen the 5-ball she shot this rack. I mean, she is making funny faces though, like it's very off angle, but I would be super happy to get this. This one is way easier.
But it's still a missing.
Yeah,
it's one of those shots that's easy to miss and easy to make. And she might be a little concerned. Go ahead.
Easier than the 9. I mean, little relief there on her face. She's like super glad to run out there, even though she came up with a bunch of big shots there.
You know what's funny is you don't see a player take that kind of relief with a smile on their face as she just did now. So there's been a couple of times that she's well, I guess when she made a mistake and smiled, and then now when she had success, she smiled. So she's kind of evaluating her game in the back of her head, and enjoying it. That's good to see. That can help settle the nerves too. Well, we're tied at 2 in a race to 6. Young 20-year-old and experienced 44-year-old. Both with a lot of tournament experience, even at a young age for the youngster.
Well, quite some cut on the break, but 7-ball finding in the pocket, and actually the cue ball came back from the short rail, met up with the 1, and I think if she plays one good shot here to get from the 1 to the 2, I think this is a pretty decent run out opportunity. 1, 2, 3 and the 4 at the same side, and 8, 9, 10 at the other side, George.
I like that, Tim. In fact, she's just got to navigate this window between the 8 and the 10, come through it, and come back up for the 2. Kind of like this, just missed the 8. Oh, beautifully done.
Yeah, she would have been
right
so
here.
much. She would have been so much happier if that cue ball moved like a ball more to the left. But I mean, this is what it is.
Yes.
Make the ball and run out. There's no time to complain. They're on the shot clock too. I mean, you gotta go.
And she's there. Now it's just holding the nerve and smoothing these shots out. I think once she gets on this 4-ball for the same pocket, she's gonna be okay.
Okay, so expecting to go 2 rail forward, center of the table. Would be quite a message, in my opinion, if Sarah can run out here, because she just ran out a tough rack. Then now, if she would break a run here, then she is kind of showing Alara like, okay, I struggled a bit, but I'm back and I'm ready to steal. So this could be a huge message. Still would like to get back where the cue ball is now, maybe a couple balls over. No, she chose to go the other way. A little straighter possibly than she wanted to be, because I think she was trying to go top right spin 2 rails back to the center of the table. So now just 1 rail, or she's looking to go 1 rail.
You know, I like the 2 rail that you just suggested. The only thing I wouldn't care about is you could get behind the 9-10. And this is going to make things... Oh.
Yeah, she did stun that cue ball so much. Like, I'd rather play too much topspin than, like, not enough. Like, I'm a little bit surprised she stunned the cue ball.
I thought she would follow 2 rails to just pass the center of the table to play the ball that she just played in the same pocket.
Well,
this looks like Alara's last match against Jasmine. Little mistakes like that by her opponents, and she capitalized every time. Oh, here we go.
well, to steal this rack.
Do these 10 balls get you excited, or do they give you nerves, Tim?
Probably, I mean, my emotions are starting to be more flat nowadays, but I would say excited. I mean, they shouldn't scare you in any way. I mean, it's an opportunity to win, so they should not scare you.
And that 10 ball for a 3-2 lead in this race to 6th. The young lady would be the biggest win of her career. And a very, very young start to her career here, at 20 years of age, from Turkish Cypriot. There you see Stefan Kasper versus Konrad Ushushin. Kasper at the table.
Yeah, as you can see, he has a chance to level the score 3 each. So tight match as well on that table. Oh, well, I think I jinxed him there. Let's please go back to the other match, please. Let's go. Thank you.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Obviously that was gonna happen. Alara did move the cue ball probably back a little bit, as she probably put the cue ball over the line, and then the referee started to check if it was really over the line. And then she realized, okay, what's the ref doing? Let's move the cue ball back.
Very observant on her part. Didn't get called for a foul.
Well, let's see here. Do you like to nestle the cue ball behind the 4?
I do like that, because you have a two rail entry to it, and you can really put it up close to the 4 ball. She's going long with it. I much prefer the other shot you just mentioned, Tim.
I just feel this shot here, it was really tough to get the 1 ball safe. You know, even if you do not get the cue ball underneath the 10, it would be nice to get that cue ball there.
She's going to have a little bit of a hard time getting on this. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought she had to get on the... I didn't see the 2 ball on the bottom. Excuse me.
Wow.
Interesting. Do you put her back in and stick the cue ball on the 7?
Well, I might like to play myself and cut the 1 ball thin into the 7 and bring the cue ball 1 rail against the red 3 ball. I think that would be your best shot. If you don't like it, then just give it back. She has given... No? Yeah, she has given it back.
I think Sada was in her chair thinking, but what if I don't want this?
Possibly.
I actually like her sticking the ball there and playing the 1 ball. Oh, I like what she did here. Right there. Great job there.
One ball to the corner.
Tough hit. If she strikes the 1 ball on the right side, there's a possibility of a scratch.
Yeah, if she catches it a little fuller, the 1 might go off the 8, still safe. So, I think she's put some unintended spin on that cue ball. It looked to be very wide, like out of the sudden.
Well, nice play on the safety by Sara ROCHA from Portugal. Interesting.
Now,
she'd rather draw the ball than follow it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I probably would like to go to the bottom left. And this is what happens with follow, with the draw. If you would play follow, I would say the odds are way lower to put the cue ball that close to the rail on your next shot. I'm not saying this is the worst. It's not the worst thing on the planet, but I'm saying if you do that, yeah, I mean, so many times in a row, you're gonna miss the ball once.
Yeah, there's a lot more control with a follow stroke than there is with a draw stroke.
But, like a good friend of mine said, he's a young player, shoots very straight. He said, man, just don't think that much. Just play. Just draw the ball. So, I mean, I guess I should consider that.
Well, no, there's a lot to be said for both.
Wow, good shot there. Look at the cue ball, natural angle on the 6.
The young player will learn that as he plays more and gets more experience and seasoning, the follow stroke will serve him better than the draw stroke.
Well, maybe it's you get what you practice, but in the meantime, don't forget, Sarah did have a good chance last game. Basically gave a gift to Alara. But this could have been 4-2 Sarah, in case she runs this out. And now this is to get 3 each, but this is not done yet. Just saying, she had more opportunities to get a bigger lead.
Oh, I definitely agree. But the young GHAFFARI from Turkish Cypriot was able to close it out. Held her nerves and closed it out. Coming around 2 rails, it looks like. Very nicely done.
So they stand to tie the score again, 3 each.
And tied it is, 3 apiece. Probably go over to the men's again here.
Well, I just updated the score on the men's. The score there is now 4-3 Conrad Justitian. But I should not forget that we also have the wheelchair final going on at the moment. Henrik Larsson from Sweden, probably one of the best wheelchair players in the world. He's up against David Slacek from Slovenia. Henrik currently leading 3-1 in a race to 5, so starting to get closer. As you see in the back, he is at the table. So, yeah, could be all Henrik Larsson again.
Well, that could be, it's a short race to 5. Their opening match, David Slacek actually defeated Henrik Larsson. I got the opportunity to commentate that match. And again, it was a matter of Slacek capitalizing on small errors, which turned out to be big errors by Larsson. So here they meet again, and the shoe's on the other foot. Meanwhile,
yeah, she's made 2 balls on the break. She did put a lot of body in there, but I also felt like she moved her bridge hand. She pulled her bridge hand up, and usually when people do that, the cue ball finds a pocket. It's like the magnet in the pocket goes activated the second you move that hand. It's like so. On chance again. Now slowly, I feel we're at some point not going to go 1 rack each, because if they do so, it would be a very dull hill match. I think, well, usually whenever they get closer, like 4-4, maybe already now at 3 each, they're starting to realize that the finish line is coming.
well, it's not a race to 6 anymore, it's a race to 3. Slow roll up behind the 9. Does she have the angle for that?
That's tough. Let's see. I don't think so. It looks like it's pretty straight. So straight onto the 9. Could still play the 3 just into the bottom long rail in this view, just underneath the 9. Just make sure you catch your rail. I like what she's looking at now, banking the 3 ball down table. Just got to make sure the cue ball doesn't go very wild and... Nope. Oh, I like this better. I'm actually disappointed. I didn't see that, but she's played it well. Good cover behind the 9.
Maybe you should be wearing her glasses.
Three to the corner.
Tim didn't find that funny, folks.
Well, I gotta say, that's quite the subject. I mean, age is happening to me too, you know.
Oh,
Well, nice hit from Laura there. And also got some separation. Will we see something aggressive? Yeah, she's going to play the cut, but she's going to cut this with left spin. She's going to try and get on the left side of the 4. I probably would just play center ball and just be happy if I make it. You see that left spin just pushes the cue ball more inwards. It squirts more inwards, and she's caught the 3 ball just slightly too thick. And there's not really a safety of mind either on that shot. You either go or play safe. So Alara can make the 3.
just enough angle to get on the 5. Or not. Wow. Do you put the 4 ball on the short rail, or do you put the cue ball on the short rail, Tim? Behind the 10.
5 to the corner.
She went for the ball. Interesting. Very aggressive shot. She had a rather simple safe. But again, she pockets the ball and her cue ball's in the same place, which it probably would have been. She would have had a better shot on the 7. So, positive elements to both shots. Now, Sada to clean up here, and she's not cleaning up. She missed a 5 by quite a bit. She's a little surprised, and so am I. Another opportunity for the youngster from Turkish Cypriot. Off to a good start with his 4-ball run. She's got a little bit of an angle that doesn't help her, doesn't serve her well. She's going to try to draw the cue ball back to that area she just pointed out there, close to the middle of the table for the 9.
Extension.
I actually think she can get to the rail and come across. It's got enough angle.
Yeah, definitely she could play center ball here.
There it is.
I'm glad she took a little bit more time on that, because for a second when she was aiming low in the cue ball, I wasn't sure what she was gonna try and do.
Yeah, she pointed out that she was apparently going for the straight draw shot. This is a tester, especially as she'll be kind of stretched out a little bit.
Ooh,
And
barely, but it goes in.
she challenged the pocket and won. And now closer, ever so closer to that big number 6, 4-3. Again on just little tiny errors. This young lady is having her last 2 matches taking advantage of opportunities left by little tiny errors by the more experienced and higher rated players. Great start for this young lady. Go ahead.
Let's see at the other tables. Currently, scores have been getting more interesting as well. Conrad now small lead, 5-3. I believe they were sharing racks, but now took off just that slightest bit, and David Slacek pulled one back. Nope, just got updated. Henrik Larsson won the next game, so Henrik on the hill, 4-2.
Oh, cue ball straight in.
I am starting to think this match is made for a hill match. If you look at every time one of them has the advantage of taking the distance, you see a scratch or a missed shot, something happens.
I agree, and I think she has a great opportunity, even though there's 8 balls on the table, 9 balls on the table. I think this favors Sada here to get out, and it would really settle her down if she's able to complete this run. The challenge is the 3, but she's got a 3-8 available to her, and she can get a good angle here to go to the 3 naturally. Just get to just right of where the cue ball is now after pocketing the 1, and everything leads to the next.
Well, she could go forward as well, just slightly forward, but I don't mind this at all. Just maybe a little bit more cut, but she should be able to handle this.
See, from this view, you see the angle, how natural it lies to get on the 3-8 combo.
Just on the rail would be awkward, and it's gonna be on the rail.
I agree. And it's these little things that have been helping Alara provide. These little things have been providing Alara with opportunities, and she's capitalizing.
Yeah, and
even
this is
here,
exactly. Oh, wow.
Exactly, Tim. Even here, she has an opportunity to play this 3 ball off the 8. From the angle we just saw, might be different.
But yeah, I agree. I like it. I was just going to add to it that it's Sarah who now has opened up the game. If Alara shoots the 3 off the 8, just kills the cue ball. Yeah, for sure it goes. She's got nice angle on the 4. And now the game is wide open. Like, it's not like she doesn't have the room to move the cue ball. So Sarah really opened up the rack. Playing top spin here. Oh, she's missed the 4.
She's missed the ball. I was thinking that had a little funny lay to it, to where she didn't get position, so she was hesitant to shoot it. And both pockets had a little funny lay to it. I wasn't sure she'd be able to execute that with success. Which again brings us to your point on how just little things keep happening to keep the game at, you know, trading racks. She doesn't want to bump the 10 here.
Well, is she going in between the 10-7 now to play the 7 in the side? Oh, she's also lost the cue ball.
I liked her following the ball to and using the 2 rails to play the 7 in the side on that angle that she just missed by. This is a tough shot, and you'll have the cue ball moving away from the 8, so she'll have to come around.
Well, at this point, as long as I don't scratch, I'm just happy to go for it. Any shot on the 8 should be fine to get to the 9 ball, right?
I agree, definitely agree. Just make this ball.
She's missed it.
But again, but look where she left the cue ball. Being so tentative, she left the cue ball. Even if she makes it, well, it would still be a pretty fairly easy way to get to the 9, but you still have to make this long straight in shot. You can see where she's trying to cut that ball over to the right side. Just make it. The 8 ball's available.
Wow. Wow, 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 what a shot there. The main thing too is that shot could get her on the hill first. So, and she, I mean, obviously she knows that too. That was a huge shot on the 7 with the cue ball on the rail.
That applause must be for Mr. Larson in the wheelchair competition, winning the final match, I'm guessing.
Well, as you can see, Henrik Larsson, now our European champion 10-ball in the wheelchair division. Congratulations to him, my good friend. And here, GHAFFARI on the hill now 5-3. Sarah taking a timeout, trying to kill some momentum. So we'll have a short 5-minute break on that table. So let's see on this table here between Konrad Justissen and Stefan Kasper, the German. 6-3 now for the pole.
But the German at the table. The European Pocket Billiard Championships are sponsored by Predator Group, Iwan Simonis Billiard Cloth, Aramith Billiard Balls, Longoni Cues, Kamui Brand, Hansavest, Folger, and DATEL. And it's being played on the new Predator Arc table with the K55 speed cushions, metal frame, a 3-piece slate. So a lot of ups for this table. It appears to play extremely well. Great player compliments. Have you played on these tables yet, Tim?
I have, actually. I tried to play in the first Euro Tour Predator started running in Italy. Unfortunately, I played, well, let's not talk about how I played. I felt all right, but I mean, it looked like my arm was made of spaghetti. So, but I honestly like the tables, and this is not because I work with Predator all the time. It's more like I'm a player too, and if something was wrong, I would tell them as well. But so far, I feel the tables are playing well, and we also had them at the national championships, where Niels Feyen, for example, beat Yannick Pongers to win the title. Like, I heard no complaints from any of the players. Mark and Niels won the event. So far as I know, both of them were satisfied too. I mean, overall, I'm just happy that Predator is involved, and especially within the EPBF events, because I think they really needed some fresh air, some fresh ideas and new atmosphere. So, yeah, just happy to see they're involved.
Yeah, the tables look fantastic, number one. So if you want to take a look at them up close, go to predatorcues.com, and you can actually see all the cues and accessories and tables and balls, cloth that Predator has to offer, along with a good look at their pro team, the players they sponsor at predatorcues.com. For those of you viewing, if you want to get any brackets or anything of that nature for this tournament here, because there's a lot of pool to be played. We still have the men's 8-ball and the women's 8-ball on April, I guess it starts today through the 5th, and then we'll have the 9-ball, the 6th through the 8th. So there's a lot of pool to be played this week here in Tallinn, Estonia. And we're back to the live action here with the ladies. And I believe it's Sara ROCHA's time to break the balls, trailing 3-5 in a race to 6. And Tim de Ruyter will call the shots here on this break. He's our main specialist, and I think he just saw that the cue ball scratched.
Scratch. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you consider the fact that Sarah went to take a timeout just to kill the momentum for Alara and possibly turn something around, and the first thing she does is scratch on the break, then I'm afraid that timeout will not be so effective. I mean, if the first thing you do is give ball in hand, I'm not too sure if that's going to get your opponent shaky. But like you said, this is a first timer for GHAFFARI. She has a chance to win the title here, to close it out. Oh, she hit that way too firm.
Yeah, that got
it's
away
okay,
from
though.
her. That is yeah, but that's still a big sign of nerves there for that ball to get away that far. She's feeling it. because the first game and the last game are the hardest games to win.
Yeah, she's missed it. She might have left the hook on the 3 ball, so a little bit more battle. Tapping the table. Well, I would be sorry for myself missing the 3 ball more than the fact that I left my opponent hooked. But that might be me.
I would be sorry for myself for missing position on the 3 ball.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, is she gonna catch the left side of the 3 or is she playing the other side? The other side, distance. Good shot there. Nice, good cue ball as well. So safety behind the 8.
You think?
Well, probably behind the 9. I think it's so sensitive, so soft to play behind the 8. So, oh, she's played it full behind the 8. Wow. I was expecting just the opposite sides, both to the long rails, but she went full on the cue ball. This is quite a trap. I think GHAFFARI has a good chance here to get another ball in hand. Unless Sarah can hit this 2 rails.
3 to the corner.
Yes, which again provides her with an opportunity to just win the match outright. Because the balls are laying nice with the ball in hand.
Time.
Look at this. The 3 ball would be a stop shot, the 4 ball, the 5 ball, the 6. But
Oh,
she's
look at
not
the cue
gonna get
ball, look at the
in
cue
hand.
ball.
Yes, she is. My Lord, what opportunity she's been provided.
I mean, I just feel she's kind of have been given the opportunity to close it out, and I'm also afraid that if she doesn't, then Sarah might be the one that slowly finds some rhythm around the table, because if you see your opponent not getting over the finish line, that kind of fires you up as well. So it's kind of now,
Tim.
well, I'm not going to say now or never, but this is a really good opportunity.
Tim, do you ever feel like you're destined to win with opportunities like this when they provide themselves as much as they have in this match and her last match also?
Sometimes, yes. I mean, sometimes you just
Yeah.
feel like things are going going my way more than my opponent. So then I mean, it's not like I think it's fair, but sometimes that's how the balls roll. She's ran too far from 4 to 5. Good shot, but tough on the 6. This is a monster shot. If she
Oh.
makes this and gets shape on the 7, I will clap. I mean, I
This
think
is a
she
very
might have
tough shot.
slight angle to the right, so no, she's straight. She only went to and play safe. Is she
I
going
don't
to
blame
play-
her. Kick and
She's
stick
going to
here
bank
all
the
day
se-
long.
Bank the 7.
Yeah, I would kick and stick it. No, she's just going to play it softly and use the 10 ball for cover. And it was effective. It's worked.
Well, I'm not too sure actually. Did she not leave a thin cut on the 7? Because if she cuts
I don't
it and
think
goes
so.
off the 10, no. It's good. It's a good shot. She got the cover. It will
She's
be
gonna try
easy
to-
to hit, but
Let's see if she can 2-rail kick it and stick the cue ball there. 7 ball would go towards the side, use the rail, and get down on the head rail, just like that. There we go. This is going to work. Same effect. Nothing open really. She's going to have to be creative here.
so same shot. 7 behind the 9. Splayed it well. I mean, I don't think the option over the long rail is there for Sarah, and also I just don't think there's too much future. I might like to just go over the top short rail. Yeah, she's called it. If she makes it, good chance to be on the 8, but I wouldn't play it too soft. I'm also playing a little bit more pace in case I don't make it. I want to give myself a chance to get the 8-9 in between. She went all in.
I think she's... And it's
Wow.
going to be costly. It's going to be costly. Now, can the young lady from Turkish Cyprus hold her nerve and close out these 4 balls? Ouch. Mistake already.
Just wondering if she could have played straight draw back. Like, did she have to go over that long rail? And if she had to, then I would have liked to just go to the center of the table. This is a tricky cut. Yeah, she's missed it, but look at the safety behind the 9.
This is what I'm saying. This is just, sometimes you just feel like you're destined.
Eight to the corner.
I like this shot rather than the long kick she just took. This 2-rail kick out of there.
Time. Yes.
She's trying to just give her distance and stick the cue ball right where the 8 is. Just keep it in the vicinity.
Well, possibly cue ball could end up behind the 9. Well, it's a long shot, but it's, again, a shot. There's 2 options. I mean, I would probably just drop this in and take a longer 9.
These are the shots that she's come with to get to where she's at today, right now in this tournament. Just like that. Testers, and she's passed every test.
Well, I think this would be key shot. But it really depends on how you get on the 10. But if she plays a beautiful shot here, it might be done.
If she stays smooth and puts enough speed on the ball, she'll come down for this 10 ball. And she has.
Wow.
But
On the rail on the 10. This is it. This is for the title.
A tester for the championship right here.
Wow.
And she passes the test.
Wow. What a run out at the end.
20-year-old European champion now. She's had a couple of youth championships, but now this is the biggest win of her career in this Tallinn, Estonia European Pool Championship in 10 ball for the women's division. Tim, what do you think of the pool coming up?
Well, we still have so many days coming up. We have the, let me see, 8 ball still going. We have the 9 ball still coming up and the teams event still coming. Followed by the Euro Tour, which is 8 ball as well. So yeah, just make sure you stay tuned at the Pro Billiard TV channel. This was George Teachea and Tim de Ruyter in the booth for you all. And hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Estonia time.
Sounds good. Sounds good, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the finals of the 10 ball is finished, so give a big hand for the 3 gold medalists in the wheelchair division, Henrik Larsson, in the ladies division, Alana GHAFFARI, and in the men's division, Konrad Jusicin. The awards ceremonies will take place on Saturday along with the 8-ball finals as well. We're going to have a few interviews with the players now. Thank you very much for your attention, and again a big round of applause for the champions.